Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you, and enjoy the video.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to service the headlights on this 2001 Volkswagen Passat, same as in a 98-01. I'm going to show you both changing the bulbs in the first part of the video, and then I will show you changing the whole headlight assembly. You'll want to change your headlight assembly if it's been broken, obviously, or if it's dull, faded, scratched, or chipped. Tools you'll need a T20 Torx driver, as well as a Phillips screwdriver for the passenger side.
If you're just looking to service a bulb, just come back here, pull these dust covers off, and a little hard to film, but inside there, back in here there's a little retainer. You kind of press in, squeeze, and you can see it comes back. And you gotta kind of work your bulb free here.
I'm just fast forward here in a little bit. Basically the wires are just tangled in that retainer a little bit, so you just gotta kind of figure out which ones to pull which way, and then eventually the light will come out.
Okay, there's your bulb out. Okay, just disconnect by pulling. Insert. Okay, take your bulb, put it back in, okay, make sure it seats down in there correctly. Okay, push your retainers back in. Make sure your wires go around it and lock it back in place. Okay, and put your dust boot back on. It's the same process for your other side.
Passenger side is pretty much the same. There's just an air intake duct in the way.
Here, this just comes right up and off, right up there. 2 Phillips screws. Okay, grab the back of your duct, pull it off, and then pull that out. Okay, now you can see, you can get right back there, just like the other side. Put the duct in. In place. Make sure this part here is in place correctly. And then snap that together and put your screws back in. Okay, for this right here, one of your tabs goes right in there. Get that lined up, and then the back one usually pretty much lines itself right up.
That was a quick explanation on how to replace the bulbs. Now we'll go through replacing the entire assembly. You probably want to replace it, obviously, if you've had one broken by a rock or something like that, as well as if they're dull, yellow, faded, or chipped.
There's actually a little ring here. You pull that and release it. Okay, just kind of reach in behind. You have to break the light loose. Pull it forward.
And at this point you can either take the bulb out or you can just let that light hang off to the side.
Okay, once you have that off, there's 2 screws right under the caps right here. Okay, so there's two T20 screws there, and then there's one over on the side right here. I'll remove those.
Okay, and I'll fast forward as I'm just removing those three T20 screws.
Okay, once you have those out, you can kind of like to the side and pull it right out. Connector right here. Press on this wire. Disconnect it. Okay, reinstallation, obviously. Line this up. Press the wire. Make sure it locks on. Okay, there's a tab right over here that goes into a hole in your radiator support. Okay, so put it in place. Light goes in. Slide it over. Make sure it's in there.
And here I'll fast forward again as I put those screws in. First I put them in by hand and then tighten them up. And you want to tighten them firm. You don't have to, they don't have to be overly tight though.
Okay. Put it in place, bulb in. Just make sure you line everything up clockwise to lock it. Okay, there's a few tabs on the back and then a tab here that goes into a tab on the headlight, or a slot on the headlight. So just make sure you put the light in correctly. Okay, and then again, pull back and lock it on right there. Okay, last but not least, just make sure we put these caps back on top. Okay, to adjust your lights, use a Phillips screwdriver right down through these two holes. They're the adjusters. One of them moves the headlight left and right depending on which way you turn it, and one moves it up and down depending on which way you turn it. And according to Massachusetts law, for the low beam, what you want to do is park your car basically 20 feet away from a wall. The low beam should be pointing straight ahead, and the concentration of the beam should be at the same, actually should be 1 inch below the height of the bulb. And the high beam, same thing, it should be pointing straight ahead, and the concentration of the beam should be the same height as the bulb.
We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.